I think that we're meant to steward kids. I don't think that we're meant to
own them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool that young ones come through us.
Yeah.
Well, some of you. And that we get to just fan their little flames and,
Yeah.
highlight the things that seem to light them up. And I think keep pushing them in that direction.
Yeah.
Or giving them enough space to figure it out for themselves and just being like a little bouncy house around them.
That's the difficult thing, I think, that I've experienced so far. And my kids are obviously still super young, but it's like when you have a kid, it's not even, I don't know if it's just a projection of ego that you want them to be like you, as much as it's just like you love them so much and you want them to love the things that you love and be interested in the things that you're interested in. You know what I mean? Like you just want to hang out with them and do the things that you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you're not careful, you can get to that point where you just push them to do it, like push them to be a carbon copy of you and prevent them from being the fullest version of who they are. And even if that fullest version of who they are might take them away from you.
Yeah.
Like that's the shitty part.
Yeah.
That's the realization.
Well, on one hand, they're going anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I've been paying attention to within myself. I don't have children myself. I have a niece and a nephew. My niece and I are extremely close. She was born on my birthday, 31 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And we're really, really tight. And the constant letting go to allow her to become who she wants to become, what she wants to feel, what she wants to believe, what she likes to do, having me not be the center of her world is devastating. I think that there's a lot of grief involved in parenting and parenthood. I don't know how you all do it. My heart breaks for you. It really does. I know there's a lot of joy too.
Of course.
But the grief, her little hands used to be pudgy and they'd have these little dimples and all of the little knuckles. They are all gone. I have a hard time not weeping when I see her hands now. She's 15. Yeah, the dimples have been gone for a long time. That's grief.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Tough stuff.
It's a part I forget where I heard this, but it was it was on Modern Family, which is one of my favorite sitcoms. He gives this whole kind of monologue about the main, the grandpa in the show gives this whole monologue about the different versions of kids that come along the way.
You fall in love with a baby with the cutest little fat folds, and then bam, they're gone. But it's okay because in its place, there's this toddler with the greatest laugh on earth. And then one day the toddler's gone, and in its place, a little kid that asks the most interesting questions you've ever heard. And this keeps going on like that. But you never get the chance to miss any of them because there's always a new kid to take the place of the old until they grow up. And then, in a moment, all those kids you fell in love with walk out the door at the same time.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't mean to be a bummer. I'm just saying it goes fast. Like the expression, you never know the last time you pick up your kid.
I've luckily watched all that before I had kids. And so I was trying to cherish each version of them. But that's what he was kind of saying is every version, every time your kid grows up more, it's that version of them's gone completely.
Yeah.
That, pre-talking stage is a version of them that will never be again. This toddler stage, this version will never be gone again. But they're still all in that person, which is really cool. It's I think that's what magnifies your love for them. You know what I mean? Is you love each and every time they've shed the previous version, you love the new version still, and you love the old version still,
Yeah, it does sound like amplification. And to me, it sounds like terror.
Yeah, exactly. And then one day, all versions of them walk out of your house and just go into the world without your protection anymore,